Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of TCG Talk, back today with another video, and today we're going to be switching things up a little bit, y'all. We've been doing a lot of Katsu content recently, and I've really enjoyed it. It's been really fun for me. Katsu is still my favorite hero in the game, and the first hero I ever started playing, and someone I'm definitely going to be taking to ProQuest, along with possibly Viserai here today. So I wanted to change things up just for fun, and do what I've been looking at for a Viserai deck. It's something that I've been kind of going back and forth with over and over, and like I said, I like both Viserai and Katsu equally, and I love playing different heroes in the game. For anyone who's been following my channel since before I went mainly Katsu content, you know that I played some Runeblade back in the tables meta, both Briar and Viserai. So this shouldn't be new to you, but it might be new to some of you that have been introduced to the channel like in the last month or so. But regardless, we'll get right into the video. Again, this is my version of a Viserai deck tech, kind of give you my thoughts on the hero and where I like it sitting. I will say this is more of a tempo / combo Viserai deck. I don't do OTK Viserai, not because I don't think it's viable or don't think it's good. I just don't like the play style of it. But it's very viable. Obviously, it's been doing pretty well here in the ProQuest season. Viserai is the second most winningest hero so far through ProQuest by a pretty substantial margin. Obviously, Starvo is number one, and then we got Viserai. So we'll get right into it. Again, think through the mindset of the fact that this is going to be kind of a tempo-based deck with some combo based into it. So in the main board, obviously no surprise here. Arcanite Skullcap, Bloodchief Skeleton, Grasp of the Arcanite, and Spellbound Creepers. I will say Viserai can be good at a budget level, but in order to run the deck to its fullest potential, you really need this suite of equipment. At the headpiece, there is no substitution. At the headpiece, there literally is none. You could run like an Ironhide, or you could run Crown Dichotomy, right, to put stuff back in your deck, which is what I did. Before I got my Skullcap, I ran Crown Dichotomy just to have it, right? When I was kind of at a budget option. Bloodchief Skeleton, there literally is no replacement for what this card does. Same thing with Grasp of the Arcanite. And Spellbound Creepers, you can run Suckless Suede Hides, but Creepers allows a little bit more go wide if you can couple it with when you're dealing arcane damage. So that's the equipment suite. Obviously, the only weapon we're running is Rosetta Thorn, and then just for fun, I have the 2 foil Rune Chants. Yeah, this is the main board of the equipment. In the sideboard, I'll just go over the equipment really fast. I have 2 things in the sideboard. I have Crown Dichotomy, and I have Null Rune Gloves. I'll run these in the Kano matchup. All right, and then for Viserai against the Mirror, I will run just one, just to help block out Rune Chants. I mean, Rosetta is Rosetta. I don't want to give up Skullcap. I like the fact that if I give up Grasp, I'm already giving up 3 block over the course of a game. But so ideally, actually, if I'm running one against the Mirror, I'll probably just run Crown Dichotomy. If I'm playing Kano, then I add in the Null Rune Gloves. But that's how the equipment normally goes. For the most part, pretty standard. So, like I said, as we get into this deck, you'll notice that I'm doing more of a tempo / combo-y game plan, and I'm really trying to pressure my opponent, whether it's through kind of a more tempo mob skies, kind of go wide build, or more of a combo-y build where I try to build up a good amount of Rune Chants. So in the core of the deck, I have 54 cards. I have 30 non-attack actions here, and I have 24 attack actions. No matter if I'm running tempo or kind of combo, and tempo is kind of a version of aggro, I guess, I always have slightly less attack actions than I do non-attack actions. I don't like to have that even 30-30 split. Obviously, it kind of hurts your Shanais. You don't want it to be too split. However, I want a little bit of difference in my tempo game plan because my non-attack actions really enable my attack actions. So I don't want that exact split because I'd rather have a hand where, I have a 1 and 3 split or a 2-2 split or something like that. I don't want 3 attack actions in my hand. That's just not good. Especially for Spellbound Creepers. You want to at least have 2 non-attacks in your hand so you can use one, play an attack, and then Creeper into the second one. So having a couple more non-attacks really helps. But we'll go over the non-attack actions first and what I have in this deck. Like I said, I'm running 30 in the main board. 3 Read the Runes, always have these in. 3 Rune Blood Incantations, right? 3 Sonatas, 3 Revel and Rune Bloods. You'll see this is going to get really standard. 3 Mordred Tide. Then I run yellow Mob Skies. And then we also run the blue Mob Skies. So we run 6 Mob Skies in the main board. The reds will sub in during our tempo package. But really right now, we just run 6 in the main board. And then we run a total of 12 blues in our main board for non-attacks. We run blue Mob Skies, blue Oath the Arknight, blue Whisper of the Oracle, and blue Become the Arknight. So that's our main board package. No matter if we're running kind of a combo build where we're trying to build a decent amount of rune chance, or we're doing a tempo build where we're really trying to go wide, these are always going to stay in. These really never come out, ever. No matter what I'm running, the only thing that might come out sometimes is my attack action. So that's my non-attacks. Again, Runeblade Incantation is really good for turning on some of your attacks like Shrill and Swarming Gloomveil. Everybody knows about Revel and Runeblood. It just makes 5 rune chance. If you play them back to back, it's even crazier. You know, a lot of these blues are utility, block for 3 blues, except for the Mob Skies and Become the Arknight. And then you have yellow Mob Skies as well, to help, you know, facilitate some things and go a little bit more wide. But the good thing about these non-attacks is they can really pivot to go wide, or they can pivot to generate rune chance. It really depends on what you're trying to do. And it's really up to the player and individual, not so much the cards, where you decide to pivot and how the game state is going. So that's my 30 non-attack actions. They pretty much never come out for the most part. Then we have 24 attack actions in the main board. I have meet and greets, and I'll show you kind of the meat of the deck, no pun intended. Meet and greet, Rune Flash, and Amplify the Arknight, and then Spellblade Assault. These are the 12 like super big meat and bones of the deck. Obviously, Swarming Gloomveil is really good as well, but these are the 4 moneymakers. They're the most consistent that are going to help you win games, in my opinion. And then I run 9 blues as attack actions. I run blue Spellblade Assault, blue Shrill, what we just got in Everfest, fantastic card, and then obviously the blue Dread Triptych. So 12 attack actions you see here, or 24 attack actions. Sometimes I will swap out one of them, but for the most part, I'm subbing in one set of attack actions depending on what it is I'm doing. So that's the main board in this. Again, your meet and greets are good to go wide. Rune Flash, that was automatically as go again. Amplify the Arknight if you're doing, it's a 0 for 6 if you're doing things right. Spellblade Assault is amazing with Mob Skies. You play Mob Skies, pitch a blue, play Spellblade Assault. Great 3 rune chance, right? And you can come in with Amplify for free next attack if you want to. It's just really good for that. Blue Shrill is mainly used block 3 pitch, but you can use it on a good go wide turn, especially Sonata, because if you've made rune chance, it hits for 5. It's a 2 for 5 at blue, which is fantastic. Swarming Gloomveil is really good to play at the beginning of a Sonata turn to kind of force them to block it, or somewhere at the beginning so they can't, otherwise they're not going to be able to prevent arcane damage. And then Dread Triptych's, you know, one of the most utility-based attacks we have in the deck. So we run 24 of these, right? And what we do is, if we're going to run the tempo plan, and we have 39 attacks, if we're going to run the tempo plan, what we do is we add 3 attack actions into the deck, and we add 3 non-attack actions into the deck, which gives us a 27-33 split. Now, at the beginning of the game, that's a little bit of a wide split, right? But as the game goes on, it becomes very even because you're playing more non-attack actions per turn than attack actions, at least in my opinion, and that's how I'll play it. Different Viserais play it different ways, but that's how I do it. So what do we sub in, right? So in a tempo, here's our sideboard. We'll actually move this over just a little bit. Right, so we have 2 Ninth Blade of the Blood Oaths. We have 3 Sink Belows. We have 3 Consuming Volitions. 3 red Mob Skies, 3 yellow Oath the Arknights, 3 red Shrills, and then 2 Runics, right? So if I'm running a tempo package, normally I will pick between a Shrill or Consuming Volition. If it's a go wide aggro deck, a lot of times I'll put Consuming Volition in. I've had times where I've had Consuming Volition just in the main board, but sometimes it's not as needed against, you know, decks that can block out really well and don't really care about it. Like if I'm playing the mirror and I want to go tempo against the mirror, I'll put in Shrills because they put a lot of pressure on those Mob Sky turns. The reason, like I just said, the reason I like Shrills a lot at red is because if you play this with a Mob Skies, it puts a lot of pressure on the opponent, especially if it's not the mirror and they just don't have a ton of armor they can block with. You play Mob Skies, pitch a blue, play Shrill. Shrill is 7 with go again. If it on hit make rune chance, they have to block out all 7 physical in order to prevent those rune chance. So it's really useful for that, and I just really like it for that. So I pick between these, my tempo package. If it's a really go wide aggro deck like a Chain or Katsu or something like that, I'll run Consuming Volition or even a Briar. If it's a little bit more go tall of a mid range set deck like a Dash. Or like even like a Prism, and I'll run a Shrill. So that's how I look at it. Then we have Ninth Blade of the Blood Oath and Runic Reclamation. These are basically, I'll sub these in and go up to 28 attacks if I'm playing against a Prism. It's really good for that. And then if I'm playing a little bit more of a combo-y deck, maybe even against a chain, not combo, but aggro, I'll play in Runic as well because it can help destroy Soul Shackles. But if I'm running a little bit more of combo-y deck, I might put 2 Knife Blades in there just to, be able to pop off when I have a lot of Rune Chants. These, and then finally for the tempo package, I sub in 3 red Mauve Skies. I run the full set Mauve Skies. Some people only run 8, some people only run 6. I run the full set in a tempo package. I just enjoy being able to have consistent go again and pressure my opponent to block out or else I make more Rune Chants. This kind of system was already good, and when you couple it with Revel and Rune Blood that we got from the Everfest set, it makes it even crazier. So that's what I look at doing. Now, if I'm going to run a combo deck, what I'll do is I pretty much won't sub out any attack or sub in any attack actions. I'll just stay at 24. And depending on who I'm playing, I might sub out one of these attack actions. Usually, sometimes I like to add in the Shrills, right? Or add in, 2 Knife Blades or something like that. Maybe have 24, 26. And then I'll sub in mostly non-attacks in order to facilitate more Rune Chants. I sub in against Starvo, against Bravo, against Oldheim, against any card deck that I want to try to go combo-y on or like semi-OTK on. I'll put in Yellow Oath, the Arc Knights. These help generate Rune Chants, and then when I do want to pop off, if I pop Bloodsheath, I can play this for free, give my next Rune Blade attack +2, make 2 Rune Chants. It's just really good for that. I'll add in the Sync Blows against a lot of the Guardians and a lot of the tall attack opponents, even against Prism. So I add this in to go up to 33 non-attacks. I usually add in 3 Sync Blows. That puts me at 36. And then I have 24 attacks in the main board. Some people might say it's a little bit too much, too little, but that's the ratio that seemed to work for me. But if you're a long-standing Viserai player, please let me know any comments you have or any suggestions. I've been playing the hero since Tails, so I haven't been playing him since the Arcane Rising days. So if you have any suggestions on ratios, please let me know. I'm just going off what has seemed to work for me so far. That's the point of this deck. The point of this deck is, if you want to go into a tempo plan where you're 27-33 split, you're using Mauve Skies, you're using Rune Chant production, you're using Revel and Rune Blood and other cards to generate even more Rune Chants, while also using some of the new cards like Swarming Gloomveil and Shrill in order to, get those Rune Chant procs and get those add abilities that they have. And then against, heroes that can block out a little bit better, like a Guardian, even like a Dash, like someone like that, I'll go a little bit more combo-y. Maybe you only run 24 to 26 attack actions, and then, go in when I need to go in. So that's the purpose of the deck. I'm really enjoying it. It's really successful for me so far. My hard matchups are still obviously Starvo. It's still kind of a 50-50 with that one, if that. Prism can give you trouble if she gets ahead in her auras really bad. And then the other one that I've kind of had a little bit of trouble with, obviously, is Chain, because it's really hard to race him and even harder to, semi-OTK him, at least in my experience. Maybe if someone has a better experience, please let me know. This is the Viserai deck tech that I have. Let me know what you think of it. Like I said, I'll be going back and forth between Viserai and Katsu during ProQuest if I go to a couple of them. Just, I enjoy both heroes. I want to play both heroes and try to be successful with both heroes. I'll still keep doing Katsu content. Don't worry. I just wanted to do some fun stuff here with Viserai. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think of the deck tech. Any long-standing Viserai players out there, please send your suggestions my way. I'm more than happy to hear out what other people with way more experience with the hero have been doing. Once I get really comfortable with this new version of the hero, I'll do a sideboard guide. But right now, I just don't want to risk that, not having the experience I feel I should have in order to give you like a detailed sideboard guide. Let me know what your thoughts are on the video. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe. If not me, go to another Flesh and Blood creator. Do the same thing for them so we can get more people seeing this game. I really appreciate everyone here. And I hope you all have a great rest of your day. And I'll see you all next time on TCG Talk. Thank you all so much.